You done all right. What is that, 3 cars this week? Yeah, and one of them might even last out the year. Got to get home a little early today. Got a dog to kick and an old lady to push down the stairs. Don't grow a conscience, Ed. It's bad for your bank account. You know what they say, buyer beware, and better you fucked than me. I went over and sat in my little chair behind my little desk and squinted against the cigar smoke. Smiling Dave squeaked his chair in my direction, put his cigar in a big clay ashtray his kid made for him at camp. It looked like a hunk of mud someone had beaten an indention into with their fist. Dad was scratched into the side of it, as if by an arthritic hand. I got something I need you to do. Repossess that red caddy I sold a while back to a couple named Craig. That one was damn near a new car. Yep, and in good shape. Not our usual bucket of nuts and bolts and our best wishes. I didn't try and have them buy it outright, too expensive, and worth it for a change. I let them pay on it, couple that bought it. Only way I could sell that one for what it was worth. Not many folks gonna walk in here with that kind of money to buy a barely used caddy. So, what did the woman look like? You know me, that's for sure. I wouldn't kick her out of bed for eating crackers. Figured as much, you making a deal like that. Hey, I got to look at her legs, got the down payment and 2 months of payments, then they stopped paying. Tried calling them, sent a letter, no response. You try carrier pigeon? That would be you, Ed. You're my carrier pigeon. Might want to take that blackjack you got, maybe some brass knuckles. Her husband is a pretty big guy. Doesn't look like he could flip over a truck with his bare hands every day, but he looks like he could hit a guy in the eye and loosen some teeth. All right, I'll get over there after work. No need to do that. Go during work hours, you won't. Hell, I'm not paying you enough for after-hours work. You're not paying me much for regular hours either. A few dollars in commission. Shit, Ed, you sell a lot of cars, you get a good commission. You aren't having to punch a clock and wear a tie. You got those sports coats and tassels on your shoes, which look silly, by the way. This from a fat man with cigar ash on his shirt. Smiling Dave chuckled. Yeah, but I got my personality to fall back on. Chapter 2. It was late afternoon after work, and I had a cup of coffee and listened to the radio at the apartment. Then I got the papers together I might need and decided to drive out to repossess the Cadillac. First, I called my sister and told her I would pick her up, and she could drive my car back for me. Because I'm at your beck and call, Melinda said. No, because I'll pay you $10. Now we're talking. When I got to the trailer park lot where Melinda lived, she was sitting on the steps reading a magazine. It was hard for me to imagine she was 19 now. She had turned into a smart and pretty woman, and the idea of her spending her time working at the aluminum chair factory irked me. But then again, I wasn't exactly a role model. She saw me drive up, left the magazine on the steps, and got in the car, her long black hair bouncing on her shoulders. Hello, brother dear. What the hell is that you're wearing? They call them shorts in a lot of places. Well, they're short. You like women who show their legs? Yeah, but they aren't my little sister. Before we go, want to come in and see Mother? Not just now, I said. The address on the contract put the Craigs outside of town. They had a large chunk of property with a drive-in theater on it. The High-Tone Drive-In. And next to it was a fenced-in slice of land, maybe 5 acres or more, that had a metal sign above the entrance that said Pet Heaven. All around it was a classy split-rail fence. That seemed like an odd choice for a cemetery of any kind, but that's how it was done. There were a lot of graves out there, and nearby a couple of buildings, both pretty large, and one of them was larger than the other and looked like it might be a garage. There were a lot of trees at the edge of the cemetery, and there was a little road that wound down behind them. The house sat close to the road, and there was a gravel drive that led up to it. The house was a little white job that needed a new roof and someone to cut the grass. It had a white picket fence around it, and a white slat-board gate, and a flagstone walkway.